Now, with less than 2 weeks to go before the snap elections, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau duke it out with Conservative Leader Erin O'Toole. The two pivotal topics on which the Canadian leaders debated were climate change and Canadian elections amid the pandemic. The environment is among the top issues cited by Canadians who are heading to cast their ballots on September 20th. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Trudeau has seen his support plunge after calling for early elections, the various party leaders taking repeated jabs at the Prime Minister, further accusing him of calling an unnecessary election in the hopes of securing a majority.
In the midst of a pandemic, why did Mr. Trudeau call an election? We need to work against the fourth wave of COVID-19 pandemic, not on the election trail.
Trudeau, who called for a snap election hoping to earn his Liberal Party a ruling majority, now trails O'Toole in the polls 33.7% to 31.2% with a margin of error. Now, when asked about climate change and global warming, Trudeau touted his plan to slash carbon emissions by hiking carbon tax incrementally to 170 Canadian dollars per tonne by the end of the decade.
We will
reduce by 36% by 2030. That's done. We are proposing to go even further to reach 40%, and people know that they need a government that will act in a concrete and ambitious way on climate change. Unfortunately, the Conservatives want to go back to the Harper Plan and break their Paris promises.
Trudeau, the son of former Prime Minister Pierre Trudeau, swept to power in 2015, unseating the Conservatives in office for almost a decade, but fatigue is set in now. Trudeau finds himself behind in polls ahead of a snap election he called, in hopes that his management of the COVID-19 crisis would help him to victory. Now, with less than 15 days left for the elections, it is not clear whether Prime Minister Trudeau could retain his incumbency. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.